Somewhat arts to chaos. There's Kid Rose Chaos talking about celebrity stuff because people like me doing my topic stuff, and this actually pertains to me because I'm a big fan of new metal. So Linkin Park is something that I really do care about because I do like Linkin Park, Korn, Limp Bizkit, Mudvayne, Slipknot, and all that stuff. So this does pertain to me when it comes to entertainment news. Now, I will say, there are going to be some positives and negatives about this, but from what I understand, and this is just from what I read on social media, I had to look through articles to prove this is a thing. This is about the new vocalist for Linkin Park, Emily. Now, apparently, before I didn't even know they even had a female vocalist before with Bonnie. I didn't even know there was one right after Chester, but I guess maybe that one quit for some reason, and now Emily is. And I'm gonna be honest, Emily is a good vocalist. She does sound pretty good. I'm going to be honest. She's a far cry from Chester. But then again, that's kind of a hard act to follow. That's just like when they made Black Panther 2 without what's his name? I can't remember him. With Chadwick, whatever his name is. Chadwick. You know what I'm talking about. The actor for Black. You could, the original T'Challa for the MCU. But it's like that kind of thing. Like, it's going to be a hard act to follow. Even Bonnie could not follow the act of Chester, to be honest. But I wanted to talk about this because, like, I had to withdraw my support from Emily, and it has nothing to do with the fact that, look, I'm going to be honest. I will give people a chance. And there's people that come out here because of their Scientology religion, but it's like, same thing with how I feel about religion and political beliefs. I could ignore some religious and certain type of religious and political beliefs and still support your art. The only time I can't do that is when you're supporting a person who's actually real bad and heinous. And not in like an opinion. I'm talking about completely objective. And this is what we're going to get. We're going to be locked in with this. Because that's exactly what we're talking about. The problem I have, so like I said, I don't care if an artist is even a Satanist or atheist or whatever. I don't care. If you make good art, I will support you. It's when you support someone who's completely bad and evil and horrible as it is. And this is where I draw the line. Now, knowing all the articles, and I read a whole bunch just to make sure they quote the actual source, and actually, believe it or not, match the entire source. I went through and read before overreacting. She wasn't just only friends with Donnie Masterson. If you don't know, Donnie Masterson was the guy from Mars Volta. I think he's another Scientology guy too. I'm not sure, but I think he was somebody in Mars Volta. But yeah, he was convicted on charges of sexual assault. So, yeah, that's all I can say right there. If anything, I'm probably going to get demonetized for saying that word. We'll just call it essay. Yeah, he got essay thing. And it's not like, it's a he said, she said stuff, or, it was completely fabricated and made up. What happened with and this is why I want to talk about Donnie Masterson first, so it makes sense. Donnie Masterson was actually convicted by the court of law of doing such stuff. Now we'll get back to Emily. The problem I have with Emily is Emily just could not stay out of it. Which that's bad in itself. I'm not gonna lie. That's bad in itself. It goes further. It goes a lot further than this. She got herself involved. She harassed the people that were going against Donnie Masterson. And that's what the controversy is here. Now, what I would have done, let's just say I become a big celebrity. Let's just say some So the camera's just, you know, getting into my video. But anyways, let's just say I get a role in something, or or I get back into making music. Something happens. Something pops. Now, it's not just only in Hollywood, but you do need to be careful who you are involved with. Now, it's one thing if someone puts out an accusation, because then, I believe it has to go into the court of law. It has to go into the court of law. Only for now, and I'm not downgrading or saying anything hasn't happened to people. I'm just being logical and saying that, it has to go in the court of law, of course. But once it goes to court of law and the charges are actually true, this is where you stop supporting this person. This is where you stop supporting. Personally, for me, let's just say I become a famous celebrity. Personally, for me, now I would block my friend and have nothing to do with him. I would never talk to that friend ever again. Ever in life. And this is after they got a legal conviction, of course. But even if they didn't get a legal conviction, if they got accusations, the best way to handle this kind of stuff is to, I'd say just unfollow that friend. Don't talk to him. Don't get yourself involved at all. Just stay quiet and just sit out of the, you don't have to fence it. Just get out of the way of the stuff. Don't get yourself involved at all, because if the off chance that your friend did what you think he did, here's the thing. People are going to hold you accountable for that stuff. You're going to be held accountable for that stuff as well if you get yourself involved. That's why I tell you, be careful with the friends you make, because not everybody is good. Because this is the same kind of situation that Kai Cenat was in, where he had I think he had a big stream or event or something like that, and one of his crazy friends committed the essay, and then Kai was like, "Oh, I didn't know nothing about that." You can't be like that, because realistically, you are going to be held accountable. It's not only celebrity lifestyle and streamer lifestyle that makes this happen, but it's also the fact that it's also in real life. If you know someone who's done some scandalous stuff in real life, again, there's going to be someone who's going to make you accountable. You will have to face accountability charges for everything you do all the way to now. And my problem with Emily Armstrong is not only she couldn't stay out of the way and get her and put herself in the middle of this, and it's also the fact that, she defended him, not to mention harass the people that were going up against Donnie Masterson. Now, again, for Emily, I think it's probably alleged because this is from articles I'm reading. But we know that Donnie Masterson is convicted. He's convicted, he's tried, I think he probably did his sentence and paid his time. But the fact that he's done all that stuff will always be a stain. It's probably going to be hard for him to find work, and should be. But it's the fact that, she stood up for him, knowing these facts. That's the problem I have. That's the disconnect. Because it's also like that in real life. Like in real life, let's just say one of your boys acts a fool. One of your boys gets drunk. Let's just say you guys are at some party or club. Or let's just say you both influencers. You both go to TwitchCon or something like that. And if you know your boy gets crazy when he's drinking the alcohol. If he drinks the alcohol and he commits the heinous SA, then you need to distance yourself from that person. You need to cut them off completely. They need to be removed from your life. Now if it's just only an accusation, I'd be honest, just stay out of the way. Don't say nothing until everything comes out. Just sit back and relax. But if convicted completely, 100% without shadow of a doubt that person did it, you need to make a hard choice, because you don't want to do anything that's not going to bring dishonor to you, because that's going to bring you dishonor, messing with someone who does this, and it should bring you dishonor, because this is not no political correct stuff. This is not no someone said the N-word on Xbox chat for when they're 13 or 14 years old type of stuff. No, this is some serious stuff that Donnie was convicted with. This is some serious stuff. And then the fact that Emily had to open her mouth and say some stuff. And that's the problem I'm having right now. You know, it's not that she's not talented vocalist. She is talented. I will give her that, you know, despite trying to, you know, keep an act going that only Chester could do. But and people go, oh, well, it's like people don't like him because she's a female vocalist. Bonnie was good, but Bonnie didn't do all the stuff that Emily did. It's the fact that Emily got involved and defended someone who's a convicted assayer, and that's the problem. And the reason I keep talking about this is because this is real life stuff. The problem I have with most people is that they try to hang out with everybody. If you know one of your boys is off the top wrong and messed up in the head, and you know it, and then you support that stuff, then it says a lot about you. It says a lot about you. You don't even have to commit the act. It's called guilty by association. When you go to a Walmart and your best friends are the ones that, let's say your best friends are stealing packs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, they take your ass to jail too. They take your ass to jail for stealing, even if you didn't steal the cards, because it's like guilty by association, and it makes sense. Choose better people. And that's the problem I have with Emily Armstrong. Is if she just chose much... I'm going to get on that later on. Anyways, yeah, it's mostly just choose better people. If you just choose better people to be around, you would be fine. But that's what I'm saying. I can't support it. It's not the Scientology thing, because, I guess, again, religion does not matter. Politics does not matter in the scope of things. It's the fact that you support a person who's done something very wrong. It's the same thing. Okay, it'd be like this: someone who still wants to be. Let's just put it this way: it'd be like people who want to be friends with King Von. If you want to be friends, and this is when King Von was alive, of course. I'm talking about this is when King Von was alive. But, if you were best friends with King Von, who's known that he's killed somebody, because he has killed somebody. In fact, that's why the stuff happened to him the way it did, because King Von was an unaliver. And it'd be the same kind of energy. It's like, you need to cut those kind of people off. You know your people are crazy. You need to find different people. And that's the problem I am having. This is not about canceling, and I don't want people to go and harass and DM or go after Emily Armstrong at all, because she's already going to pay for everything she's doing right now. Support that dude. Do not go and harass her. Just know that these are most people that don't support her. It's not has anything to do with her trying to be a complete replacement for the act that Chester left behind when he was in Linkin Park. This is just the fact that she's got the worst kind of friends and still chooses to be friends with someone who knowingly does this stuff. And that's the problem. It's like, your people more than you do. You know your people more than anybody else does. It's like, you can't be going here pretend to be shocked. And realistic, you can't go out here pretend to be shocked like, oh, this person would never do that. I've known this person for years. This person would never do such a horrible stuff. You don't know your own people until you get to know them. Until you actively hang out with them. The minute you hear something crazy or they're going to do something crazy, it's up to you to walk. It's up to you to walk. She had to have some known idea who Donnie was. And like I said, this is only the Hollywood sphere type of stuff. It happens in real life too with everybody else. Like, maybe your co-workers, maybe the people in your friend group or your other friend groups, or people in your circuit of entertainment like Comic-Con or whatever that you just hang out with. You don't know everybody, but once you start to know the truth, it's time to make a decision, and a hard choice at that. So that's what my thoughts about Emily Armstrong is. And may the crystal bless you. Pick wisely for your associates.